Hello, goddesses. I think you can't see me. You can see my whole head. Maybe I should sit back. Hello. I am Deanna Dupree. I am so honored to be here with you, bosspreneurs. I am so grateful to our lovely host and the founder, Taria, for inviting me here to be with you ladies. It is just quite the honor to be around all this melanin and magic and beauty and magnificence. So just so you know, I think my camera's sideways, so hold on one second. Okay, is that better? Okay, so just so you know, I am Deanna Dupree. Hey, I am known, I guess, just in layman terms, as a personal shopper, a wardrobe stylist. In the, I guess, creative world, I'm considered a style strategist and a femininity influencer. I have been in this space for about 7 years now. I am very passionate about women empowerment, women tapping into their divine feminine energy and their power in order to have their way with the world and get what they want. It is extremely important to me that when I begin to work with my clients, you know, the clothing is last. The first thing is what's happening here and what's happening here. And what I have come to realize, which is how I kind of gotten myself elevated and evolved into more of a strategist and an influencer, is because I had to go a little bit deeper than just working and cleaning out their closet. It was so much more happening. It was so much more pain going on in their closet. There was so much past traumas that was in their closet that they were wearing, right? You know, their previous marriage still in the closet, their previous, you know, weight loss, weight gain in the closet, you know, their previous, you know, sex trauma, all there. And so I knew I had more work to do. And so I went and got myself certified and personal coaching so that I can go a little bit deeper with my clients and not just dress them, but really dress it from the inside out and help them really dress to manifest the life that they wanted. And it was more about the confidence that they weren't keeping after they left me. We'd be all fabulous and styling and, you know, all sassy pants together, and, you know, it kind of fizzled away after I leave. So I want to ensure that my client continue that power even after I leave them. So that's what got me into going a little bit deeper and diving in as a personal coach in the space of confidence, femininity, and that's where I do all of my work. So that's my introduction. You can find more about me at deannadupree.com. Deanna is DeannaDupree.com if you want to, you know, just kind of just dive in and kind of just see who I am. But today I am here to talk to you about how to dress like a lady and profit like a boss. And that title is so important to me because I've found in my work, myself and my clients, you know, all of my clients are, you know, C-level executives, business owners, entrepreneurs, mom bosses. You know, they have all these different roles, and they really want to have a look that is commanding, that commands power, that commands the room, right? That attracts power, but also influences others. And so I started to really dive into what that looked like, and this is what I'm going to share those tips with you here tonight. So I want you to have a pen and pad or have your phone. Keisha, I see you. Hi, Keisha. Okay, no more interruptions, I promise you. That's the last time I'm going to interrupt. But I want you to have a pen and pad because I want these notes to be with you forever until they are truly just a part of your soul, okay? Because they're so important to me. They're so important to the essence of women, of our feminine power, how we begin to grow, evolve as female warriors, okay? So you're here, I'm here, we're all doing this work, right? So that we change the world, right? Our world, the world around us, that we change the world. And as women, we are change makers. You know, we are the ones that we are producers as well. But we're here because you were chosen, right, to have a message. And your message of course it has power behind it because God's behind it, but your message has to match the image, right? The image has to match the message. It can be so powerful and so triggering, right? But then the look, your wardrobe, it gets lost in your message. Has that ever happened to you where you don't really feel super dope when you go up to speak, or when you go to do a Zoom or have a video conference, or even on a date, right? And you just don't feel like you just nailed it. And that's because, you know, you miss a couple of things that I want to share with you today, okay? So there's 3 things: confidence, clothing, and character. That all gets you to your cash flow, okay? So when you think about what we're trying to do, we're trying to inspire, right? We're trying to attract opportunities. We're trying to influence others. So we're doing, I stop saying trying. We're doing all these things, right? But our character, our confidence, and our clothing, these are the things that people can see, that they judge immediately, right? How confident was she when she came onto the screen? How confident was she when she entered into the room? What did she have on? Did it fit? What color was it, right? All of that is about strategic self-presentation. You have to know who you're getting in front of in order for you to strategically dress yourself. If you're getting in front of C-level executives, senior VPs, you know, all of these, you know, heavy, high titles, you have to know that you can't wear yellow and pink stripes and off the shoulder, and you're dealing with men, right? So just certain things. I dress for you because I know you're girls and it's summertime and you appreciate feminine power, right? So you have to be strategic in how you present yourself to the person across the room, across that camera, or across the table, okay? It's important to be very familiar with who they are, what their background is. Do your due diligence, do your work, because I promise you, not only are they judging your clothing and your character and your confidence, they're evaluating your worth by what you have on. Believe me when I tell you, they're looking to see what kind of watch you have on. This is for men and women. What kind of watch you have on, your earrings, are they real? Her hair, is she powerfully polished? You know, all of these things, so that when you start to ask for your fees, are your fees equivalent to your image? You know what I mean? I would never want to be the one that's asking for 5 racks, 10 racks, and they're like, you're worth about $300, you know, because they've been sizing me up the whole time I've been speaking, right? So you really want to make sure that your image really does connect to your price points and your branding message, okay? So let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, so my favorite word in the world is flaunt, right? And Flaunt, because that's what we do as women. That's what we're supposed to do. Flaunting is playfulness. Flaunting is flirtation. Flaunting is power, you know, owning it, right? I flaunt with my shoulders. All this right here is my favorite part of my body, and I try to show it as much as I possibly can, right? I flaunt my assets, right? These are the things that I feel most feminine in, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of word association really, really quickly. I'm hoping you have your pen and your pad. So I want you to write down anything that comes to mind when I say the word femininity. It could be a color, it could be a person, anything that pops up really quickly. Write those things down and make a line down your page. What comes up when I say the word power? Is there a person? Is there a thing? Is there a place? Is there a food, a smell, anything, right? What is associated with that in your mind? Now, when I did my word association, femininity to me, I thought of colors. I thought of like pink. I thought of fabrics like lace, like silk. I thought of a curvaceous woman. I thought about Marilyn Monroe. I thought about J-Lo. I thought about myself. All those things, right? Thank you, Michelle Obama. Power, right? So what comes up? Now, I'm asking you this because this is what I want you to really consider. After you look at these words that you just wrote down, that in your mind is femininity and is powerful. Does any of that correlate to your closet or to your image? Can you see that in your closet? Do you see those things? Do you see the emulation of Michelle Obama, the emulation of sex appeal, the emulation of class and grace, right? And if not, that's when it's time to start discarding things and bringing in the new, so that you literally have in your closet the woman that you're becoming. You don't have to wait to be her. You attract her. You manifest. You draw her in. I started to buy things that I knew I wasn't ready for just yet, but it wasn't long before I was wearing it, because I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to wear that. It's here. Having it in my closet gave me the confidence, right? So I want you to really consider those things. And even after this, after you're done watching this, continue to play with that word association, and then, you know, look in that closet and see if you have a lot of black, lots of grays and blues and heavy fabrics, but you want to feel lighter and feel more softer and feminine. That's what we have to start to really transition into a new wardrobe for you, to where you can dress for the woman that you're becoming. Okay, that's so important. For me, it was definitely femininity to me feels like summer, right? It just feels happy. It feels yummy. It feels it smells like what are those, stargazer flower? It just feels happy, right? And yellow and pink and all those things. So I try to wear those colors, and I try to embrace those fabrics and the colors and the scents and all those things, and I draw those things into my body, because I'm dressing to manifest, right? I wanting to attract and influence. Okay, so when you start to attract, you're attracting clients, you're attracting money, you're attracting men, you're attracting power, and you're attracting your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So if I'm wearing sweats and hoodies and furry slippers, you know, all day, every day, even on camera, even around my tribe, that's telling them exactly what kind of space I'm in, mentally, physically, and emotionally, right? And my high level energy goddesses are not going to be attracted to me at all. They're not going to want to know more about me. They're not going to want to be like, you know, usually if I enter a room or come on a Zoom, someone's like, what do you do? You're dope. I want to know more about you. I can see us being friends and less a partner, and all this start attraction. There's money involved with all of it, right? There's partnerships. She may say, I have a guy for you. We don't know, but she's attracted to my vibe, right? So I want to make sure that you ladies, you bosspreneurs, are dressing to manifest, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe, okay? And attracts your man too, I'm just going to say. So when you're thinking about flaunting, you're thinking about femininity, you're thinking about playfulness. So in your wardrobe, I'm not the kind of girl, I would never tell you to wear a 4-piece suit, a 3-piece suit to any kind of business meeting. I am, however, would tell you a couple of things every bosspreneur should have in her closet that is on the corporate level, but you can sass it up and put your own authentic style to it. One is a button-down Oxford shirt. I think every woman should just have it. You can rock it open, you can rock it with pearls, you can rock it with hoops, with jeans, all different types of ways, but you should have at least 3. You should have a white one, you should have a black one, you should have your power color. Now, they make Oxford colors in every color, so you should be able to find it on Calvin Klein, on Amazon, Carolina. Every designer pretty much makes a button-down shirt. A white, nice, crisp one, right? You want a roll-up one, a full-length one, and maybe like a silky collar one, but they should all have a nice collar to it. It's something about a woman's neckline, the popped collar, class. It's just so much power. So you should definitely have that. You should definitely have some type of high-waisted cigarette pant, what do you call those? Like a tapered pant. It's really, really edgy, really classy, and it's timeless. You can wear them with ballet shoes. You can wear them with heels. You can even rock it with a dope blazer and sneaks like Ellen does. But that pant is very flattering for a woman's figure. Okay, have those, and definitely should have a pair of some type of like pearl earrings, a diamond earring, something like that. A soft, you know, necklace, just to kind of lay right on your collarbone. Those 3 things I think are very feminine, very classy, but they do influence femininity. Okay, so I hope you guys wrote those things down. Okay, you having fun yet? You taking notes? I want to say yes, no. Yay! Okay, good. Okay, so the art of strategic self-presentation truly is, ladies, It's the perception of success. Period. People believe what they see. Period. So if they're seeing power, if they're seeing femininity, if they're seeing class, if they're seeing poise, they're seeing a refined woman, they believe it. I met this dope lady today. We have no idea, what your back home feels like, but it is the perception of reality. I want to get to these questions. I swear I'm going to get to all these. But it's the perception of success. How are you perceived? And think about this when you're getting dressed. How do you want to be perceived? How do you want to be remembered? Right? Every instance of you outside of this door, outside of your door, is an opportunity to be perceived incorrectly or authentically, right? So how do you want to be perceived? How do you want to be remembered when you leave your kid's school, when you leave that date, when you leave that business meeting, when you leave that networking situation, when you leave that negotiation table? What would they say about you? What do you want to be remembered as or by, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, because you want to leave that taste in them. Like, she was so just classy and she was empowered. Because let me tell you what's happening. People, especially people in power, and you're going to do business with them, they want to see if you can represent their brand, right? No matter if it's a business partnership, no matter however you're coming in as this opportunist, can you represent them? Can you be at their table? Can they bring you to their golf club? Right? So we want to make sure we are perceived as successful women. It's the perception, ladies. I'm telling you, what they see, they believe. Period. Even if it's totally inaccurate, we have like 0.3 seconds to like make a lasting forever impression that before you open your mouth, they've already perceived you. However that is, okay? So you want to remember that, okay? So how do we show up successful? You know what I mean? Even if we have all this drama going on, as entrepreneurs, we go through it. You know what I mean? Like, we have great months and we have like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go and get a job in a minute, right? We have all these different emotions because we're trying to hold it down. How do we stay in our feminine power, stay as bosses? How do we show up as this powerful, classy, amazing woman, right? And that's when it's time for you to tap in and let your inner goddess do all the work, right? Let her come forth. Let her speak on your behalf, right? How do we do that? There's a couple things I want to share with you, because I truly believe no matter what I share about the clothes you wear, truly it's your essence, it's your aura, it's your energy. I'm telling you, people can feel it, they smell it, they see it across the room if you're wearing your crown or not. Truly. So, when you're in a funk, you're feeling stuck, you're kind of like, I don't want to go to this event, I'm not up to it, I barely have the money for gas, nobody knows, I have imposter syndrome, all these things are happening, but you got to show up anyway. You got to go speak, right? All these things are happening. How do we show up as, right, this powerful, emotional, beautiful being? A couple things that I do that I want to share with you really, really quickly. One is, I do something with my body in motion. It wakes up the divine feminine. I don't care if you got to have a Nicki Minaj dance party before you leave that house. You got to play Brick House all the way there. Your Foxy Brown, whatever it is. Get yourself ready, right? Because you got to get it together. You got to wake her up, right? Not only that, put on sexy undergarments. Your sexy panties and bra. I'm telling you, when it touches your body, you see yourself in the mirror, you're going to be like, okay, I got this, right? You're going to feel sassy. You're going to feel more beautiful, feel more feminine. They have no idea what I'm rocking up under this dress. I am killing it, right? Hot red shoes, hot red lips, things like that. These are all power tools to just ignite your goddess, right? If you have time the day of or the morning, the day of or the night before, take a beautiful hot bath and just let your body just soak. There's healing in that water like never before. Do something that has creative juices around it. Maybe it's before, like today, I want to get ready for this. So I went and bought new curtains. Don't ask me why, but I know I need to create something, right? Just to be in a creative space. So women, our divine feminine craves creativity, right? So we want to be as creative as possible, as often as possible. Something a couple of times a week to create. If you like to sew, make jewelry, do something that is going to ignite creative juices, okay? That's going to be so important. Okay, and then I said dancing. Oh, And then you want to do something that's sensual around your mouth, whether it's like chocolate covered strawberries, drinking chocolate wine, whatever your favorite food is that makes you just feel sensual and yummy. Have that. Always have that in your refrigerator. Always, because I'm telling you, on those slum days, that is going to be like, hey, mommy, I'm here. I'm gonna make you happy. I promise you. Okay. So those type of things. I always bite into a white chocolate covered strawberry before I speak. Before I go on a date, because those things ignite my sensuality, right? I feel yummy, I feel delicious. I'm like, oh my God, that was so good. It feels like heaven, it's indulgence, and I go. I hope that helps you, okay? Okay, so let's really quickly, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start taking questions in a second, okay? I hope you guys are enjoying this. 5 quick steps to build trust with your clothes and your confidence, okay? So wearing something comfortable and authentic. So the misconception when I say comfortable, people are like, yeah, I'm just gonna wear these sweats. I'm gonna wear these sneakers. No, it has to be something that makes you feel yummy and delicious, but also comfortable. So if you know that you sweat profusely in silk, you can't wear silk, right? When you go in front of another human being, right? Because you're gonna be doing this and doing all these things, and you're going to show uncomfort, right? So your deodorant don't change, nothing changes it, right? So let's just be clear. Know the things that make you very uncomfortable, okay? So you run the risk of looking uncomfortable. You know, if the dress is too tight, your undergarment is too tight, your little shapewear don't fit no more, you're kind of bulging out, you're gonna be doing this the whole time. Checking yourself, right? Like the whole time. Pulling on your dress, making sure it's up there, your damn shaper is rolling. That's what I mean by comfort, okay? You want to make sure that all pieces on your body, from your bra to your undergarments to your outfit, it all fits well. It glides onto your body. You feel like a freaking queen, and then you're going to present that energy out to the world. I hope that makes sense to you, okay? Because your audience will pick up on that, and you don't want that. Don't let your clothes outshine you. Woo! Now, y'all know we've seen some of these people on stage, right? And she got this like power necklace, and it's just dripped. She just dripping, right? But you can't even hear her or really see her because the lighting on the necklace is shining. So you know what I mean? Like she just is doing too much. I can't even see her anymore. That's what you don't want to happen to you. Or you have a shirt on with these big, humongous ruffles or this big bow tie. You're doing too much. Don't let your clothes outshine you. Okay? They are simply a tool. You are the centerpiece, okay? Make sure you're rocking your power color. Do you know what your power color is? If not, we got to talk. Mine is most certainly yellow, cobalt blue, and fire engine red, like Ferrari red. Those are it. I know, right? Those are my pieces. I feel more fierce when I rock all white, but my, for sure, power color are those 3 that I mentioned, right? So you got to definitely know that, okay? Be bolder than your clothing. Okay. Clothing with like your logo, with your favorite, you know, with your brand names and all that. When you're going to speak, or even opportunities like this, you run the risk of not being heard because people are reading it. They're, you know, when you move, it moves. They're like, what does that say? You know, what is this, all that? You want to make sure you indeed are the centerpiece. Okay. So I know some people, you know, some of their uniform is like their work shirt or their brand, their company name. They wear that with the blazer. That's how. Not when you're going to speak. Not when you're going to the negotiation table. Not when you're going to be around C-suite kind of people. Absolutely not. Find another way. Find another way. Okay, we'll work together to do that. But that does not command power. It's cute, it's cool, it's great brand messaging, but in front of a certain audience, it's a no-no, okay? Dress one level up from your audience, okay? Especially when you're going to speak. Even when you're going to sit at the table, you really want to be the one that kind of is like, okay, who is this? She just showed up. She sure did. Because being a woman, we already have a disadvantage. So we want to make sure that we show up a couple levels up from the people at the table, because we already know we're being judged anyway. Okay, so I'm not going to give them even more to talk about. They're going to be like, you are exquisite. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. I'm Deanna Dupree. Here's my card, right? You want to make sure you're the one that outshines everybody there with grace, with elegance, with beauty, with radiance, right? That's how we want to make sure. I can't wait to get to all the comments. Y'all are just hitting them. I can't wait to read them. But you want to make sure you dress a level up. You want to stand as the expert in your field. You know, you don't want to look like you're part of the guest, a part of the party. No, absolutely not. I'm goddess. Hi. Okay. You want to remind them, by doing that, reminds them that there's a reason why you're on that stage. There's a reason why you got invited, right? It's the reason why they're across the table from you. Remind them of that. When you show up, that look, that perception, that strategic self-presentation reminds, okay, this one does not come to play. No, she did not come to play. I came to get these bags. Secure them all. Okay? Lastly, dress your brand, be authentic, dress for power, and excite the audience. Two things. You want to excite your audience, not shock your audience. Two different things. Okay? Sometimes you're like, no, she did not. That's a shock. Excite your audience. It's like, wow, she looks stunning, right? This dress, this shoes, her voice, her speech, everything was just, it was an exciting time to watch, to listen to, to be engaged with you, right? The shocker is when you have these outrageous colors and stripes and all these things happening and all this extra jewelry, and it's just too much. So you don't want to overpower any of it. Okay, I really, really, really pray that helps you guys. Okay, I don't want to do too much because I want you to really sit with what I just gave you, but I do want to make two offers. One is I want to give you guys all of my wardrobe essentials checklists. It's what every bosspreneur should have in her closet, no matter of her age, her title, her body shape. Every woman should any woman in power should just have these things. Okay, period. So I want you guys to, I want to send you a text or email. Okay, email, dress me. The subject will be dress me. You ready for the email? sbdstyleteam@gmail.com. Okay? What was number 5? The video froze. Number 5, dress one level up from your audience? That one? I hope that was it. Okay. If you want to work with me on a deeper level, my offer to the bosspreneurs to get a virtual styling session with me for $49. Yep, you got it. Just for y'all. So I want you to email styleme at itsdeannadupree@gmail.com. $49. Subject will say style me, and you got it. We will get together on video. We'll go through your closet together. It'll be about maybe 2 hours together and just play, dress up, see what's in there, what's working, what's not, what fits your feminine power that you're walking into, the woman that you're becoming, all of that. I will say it again. If you want the free wardrobe essentials checklist for the bosspreneur, you will email, subject line will say dress me at sbdstyleteam@gmail.com. Okay? Now, I don't know how much time I have. I'm right at 30 minutes, so I may not be able to answer, but I'll go in after I'm done and answer all your questions. I hope you guys had a good time. It was fantastic for me. I love doing this. I love teaching and talking to my goddesses. I'm also you're more than welcome to have a conversation with me about it, but I'm hosting a 4-day sensual awakening retreat in Palm Springs, California, September 17th through September 20th. It's only for 5 women, the Divine 5. Let's have a convo about it. If you want to ignite your sensual power and talk and walk more into that, there is a true beautiful teaching around goddess energy, around sensual healing, sensual power, that really does attract all things into your life that you are desiring. So I would love to talk to you more about that. You can email me at the last email. It's deannadupree@gmail.com, and just put bosspreneur-retreat, and then we will have a conversation. Thank you, Taria. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Keisha, for introducing us, and I will see you guys. I'm going to hit end, and I'll go back and answer your questions, okay? Bye, you guys.